Hello students, I'm Vishakha and we are going to study English together. So this is my first session for class 10th. So in the very beginning I would like to introduce you with your exam pattern according to the CBSE regulations. Okay, I've also sent a document with this video and I want you to have a look at it so that you'll be more clear with your exam pattern. Okay, so here we goes. So you have three sections in your examination. Section A, reading section, B, writing and grammar section, and the section C, which is your literature books. Okay, so in the very first section, the reading section, you'll be having two unseen passages of 20 marks total, 10 marks each. And in the writing skills with grammar section, that includes two things. One is writing part and the another one is grammar portion. So in the writing portion, you have two things. First one is formal letter, which is of 8 marks, and the informal short story, which is a 10 marks question. Okay, and the next in grammar part, you have three questions of 4 marks each, which is the most difficult portion for most of the students. So, gap filling, editing or omission, and the sentence reordering. These three questions are in grammar portion, 4 marks each. So, in these three questions, what you have to do is in the first question you have to fill gaps. In second question you have to edit or you have to replace or omit a word and replace with it a new one or the correct one. And in the sentence reordering, what you have to do is, it is a kind of jumble words. The rearrange you have to rearrange the words in a certain form that it will be a sensible sentence. Okay, so in these three things, what you have to fill is requires the basic knowledge of English grammar. According to CBSE, there are 8 things which you should be aware so that you can do these three questions correctly. Okay, so those 8 things are tenses, modals, passive voices, subject word concord, reporting, clauses, determiners, and prepositions. So we'll first focus on these 8 things and then accordingly we'll practice these 3 questions after that, so that we'll be able to do these 3 questions more correctly, and till the end you will be able to find these 3 questions the easiest one. Okay, so these were the 2 sections, and then the last section, you have your textbooks, first flight and footprint without feet. The questions will be with that portion. Okay, so today we'll be starting with the tenses part. Now, since you are in class 10th, I'm assuming that you are clear with the basic grammar concepts like the parts of speech, verb, noun, pronoun, adjectives, adverbs, pronouns, conjunctions, interjunctions, and I'm assuming that all these things are something you know. If you don't know, then you can ask me doubts with those part. Okay, and even the tenses, you have studied this thing in your previous classes, so we are just doing this for revision purpose. Okay, so tenses are broadly divided into 3 categories: present tense, past tense, and future tense. And each tense is further subdivided into 4 categories, 4 subcategories we can say: simple present, present perfect, present continuous, and present perfect continuous. And similarly, simple past, past perfect, past continuous, and past perfect continuous. And in future tense, simple future, future perfect, future continuous, and future perfect continuous. Okay, so we'll be beginning with the simple present tense. Yes, so simple present tense. Now, any simple tense is the simplest form of that tense. That means it have the sentences in the simplest form, and the most shortest sentence are formed in this subcategory of tense. So let us understand this with the help of an example. Now let us take an example. He eats toast. So we have the example. He eats toast. This is an affirmative sentence, or we can also say it a positive sentence. Now let us see what is the sentence arrangement of the sentence. Subject, he is a subject. Eats, eats is a verb with S form or plural form we can say. And the toast, which is an object. Okay, now after affirmative, let's see what happens when we convert it into negative sentence. He eats toast, he does not eat toast. So what is the sentence arrangement? He is subject, yes. Does not, do or does we can use. Not, yes. Then eat is verb first form and toast is the object over here. Next is interrogative. Now what is interrogative sentence? Interrogative sentence is the sentence that asks question like, does he eat toast? So there will be a question mark in the end. And the sentence pattern or formation will be do, does plus subject followed by verb first form and in the end object with a question mark, of course. Okay. So he eats toast. He does not eat toast. Does he eat toast? Now in negative interrogative, there will be a negative of this interrogative sentence. Does he not eat toast? So the sentence formation will be do or does followed by subject followed by not and verb first form and the object in the end. Okay. Then it is WH questioning. Why does he eat toast? You will use WH words in the front like why, how, when, where. These all are the WH questioning words. Okay. So you will be using these words in the beginning. Okay. So how the sentence will go on? Why does he eat toast? And the formation of sentence will be WH word in the beginning followed by do or does followed by subject followed by verb first form and the object in the end with a question mark. Okay. And the next thing is WH negative question. Why does he not eat toast? So the sentence formation is WH word followed by do or does followed by not followed by verb first form and the object in the end with a question mark following. Now the major thing you have to remember in simple present tense is that the use of do and does. So do is used for plural things usually and I is an exception. So do is used for I, we, you, they. In all these four subjects except I, we, you and they are plural forms. So that's why I said that do is used for plural forms. Okay. But I is an exception. And does is used for singular words usually or singular subjects we can say. Like he, she, it, name. For example, he goes, she plays. Okay. So similarly, we use does for he, she, it, name. Like for does, example of does like he does not eat, she does not go. Okay. So similarly, does will be used for these he, she, it, name subjects and do will be used for subjects like I, we, you and they. Okay. And the second important thing you have to remember is in the interrogative sentences, negative interrogative sentences, like you have said, does he not eat toast? In the same sentence, sometimes in rearrangement or omission or the question's gap filling, you will be seeing a word like doesn't, which is the formed by these two words does not. Okay. So the word doesn't, if is used in place of does and not, we will be using it in the place of does. Okay. So we'll be using like doesn't he eat toast and we'll not use not again over here. Okay. We'll not use here. And if we want to expand this word like doesn't, if we want to make it does not, we cannot use it in the very front. Like we cannot write it like does not he eat toast. We can either write it like does he not eat toast or we can write it like doesn't he eat toast. But we cannot write it like does not he eat toast. This is the incorrect one. Okay. This thing you have to remember. This is the very important part of the tense. Okay. So let us sort out some more examples. So I have written 3 more examples over here. The first one is he is smart. Second one is I am hungry. And the third one, which we were doing previously, he eats toast. Okay. So we can see that out of these 3 sentences, only the last one is having main verb. That is eat. Eat, it is a main verb. Okay. So we have used the plural form over here because it is a affirmative sentence and we use verb plus s or es form over affirmative sentences. Now these 2 sentences are also simple present tense. So but no verb is here, no main verb is here because smart, it is an adjective, of course, it is describing the quality of he, isn't it? And hungry, it is also an adjective because it is also a describing word. So in the sentences where main verb is absent, in that case what will be including? This is helping verbs. Yes, we'll include helping verbs over there. Okay, now in helping words, what you have to remember is that the use of is, are, and am. We are already aware that am is always used with I. Okay, now is used with he, she, it, name. That is singular words. With singular words is used, and with plural words are is used. You, we, they. Okay, and the similar things like sentences or word form, sentences formation will be similar. He is smart, he is not smart. Is he smart? Is he not smart? Why is he smart? Why is he not smart? Okay, similarly, I am hungry, I'm not hungry. Am I hungry? Am I not hungry? Why am I hungry? Why am I not hungry? Okay, so what your homework for today is that you have to write any 5 sentences in simple present tense, and you have to make the 6 forms like this in your notebook, and you can WhatsApp me those things, your homework, and I'll be sending some assignments to you later, and we'll be proceeding the next topic further. Thank you.